All righty, we are here. Professor Ernest Jones, if you can hear us, give us a thumbs up. 6:39. We're 20 minutes away. 5 minutes away from pregame show. 5 minutes away from pregame show. 40 minutes away from, 20 minutes away from live on TV 20. 20 minutes away. I am dialing the studio phone access phone line. See if anybody answers. Let's see. See if Mr. Jones has got his ears on in the studio. Check 1, 2. Hey, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2. That's not going to make it. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Hey, y'all. Hey. Check 1, 2, 3. All right, we are live. Live. Check the compressor. We're live. 5 minutes to pregame. We're hot. Signal's hot. Check 1, 2.
Corn, you can get him anytime.
Ready? Okay. 6:41. Thank you for the clouds.
So, what we doing, Jeff? It's on me? I really don't have a problem with that. I just don't need you to get, I need you to kind of put your commentary on a time limit. Don't take off for 10 minutes. Did you explain what you want done? Yes, please. You got something? What? Miss B, give him some money, whatever they, Coke, Sprite, Powerade, Gatorade. Miss B, give him some money till I get to the truck. Thank you. Long as I was rolling. Okay, I actually got a verbal about 1.5 minutes from each one of them. How would I play it, Jeff? I would put it by the microphone right here.
You got an interview?
Yeah, a short one with both coaches.
Right here. Just cue it up. Is that iPhone 7? Or is
iPhone 6.
6, and you can plug that in. You should be able to plug that into your headphone port. Does it have a headphone port, or does it have the other one?
It's not going to reach all the way through there, I don't think.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep, I might be. Might not.
Look up to the top. That's not going to work. No, that's. See, he needs a small one to go. You may have to, in order to do that, we may have to take it out of the case.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Queen of acquisitions.
That's the iRig.
Is his name Garrett Zahn or Zahn Garrett?
That's the point. That's the thing that
I'm using your cord, one of your cords to go. Hold on. You good, coach? Hold on, coach. Leave it in there. I got you right here. Your trade stuff. You got it.
Go do whatever you got to do, Piker.
All right, what did you just gave me a chord. Where's it? Here's it. Got it queued up?
Okay.
Got it queued. Okay. You can check it and
Want me to check it now?
yeah, check it.
I got Corey Fuller, head football coach at Godby. Coach, how you feel going into this game today against Leon?
I'll be honest, I feel I have more butterflies today. We've been on the road. And you know, when you're on the road,
there you go.
nobody actually sees what goes on. They don't know how good.
Okay.
All right, Coach, it's 6:45. You ready for the pregame?
Give me just an instant.
Because we're live on the web and we have 21 viewers already. We're waiting on you. Let's see who we shotting out today. Let's see.
Thank you. What's my Ohio?
Snooze.
Chris, what's your last name?
Johnson.
Chris Johnson. Complicated name there. Where you from, Chris? Columbus? I'm sorry.
Thank you all for signing on early for our pregame show. We're about to get started here in about 45 seconds.
Hello, everybody. It's the pregame show brought to you by Crawfordville Lindy's, 2120 Crawfordville Highway. I'm here with my co-host, Chris Johnson, all the way from Columbus, Ohio, a senior.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Straight from FAMU here tonight to see how good Godby will be.
The young man from the FAMU School of Journalism. We welcome to have him. He worked with us a couple weeks ago and has been here. And part of what we try to do at INSiiGHTS, we work real closely with the School of Journalism trying to provide opportunities, and we had to put him to the test. I won't say hazed him, but we pledged him a little bit and make sure he was going to be on time, that we could trust him, and got his red and black on.
Watch yourself with the haze comments.
Yeah, that we're going to delete. Oh, this is live. Can't delete it. This is live. We can't delete it. Yeah, we're here. Last time we were here at Cox Stadium, we had a monsoon. Jeff Walker had angered people, and they brought the rain down on us. The wind blew through here. Mr. Walker, who wasn't concerned about anything, went to covering up that $50,000 camera, and we were out. Then we were in at FSU, and it was storming over there.
Hour and a half delay almost.
Oh, yeah, but it's not rain today, boy. We could use a little bit of that coolness.
Sure could. Nice and sunny. The scoreboard out here says it was 97 degrees on the field as of about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, on the field, it was probably over 100. Because actually, in my car, it was 98 degrees. But we got a pretty good one here. These two coaches, we had them in the first INSiiGHTS game. One was at Gadsden, and one was at Charles. And we opened up with them in Quincy. And both coaches have moved on. Garrett Zahn is now over the head coach at Leon and had a rough first year last year. He struggled to get a W, and this year they already have 2 wins. They're 2-1. And Corey Fuller, the legendary Coach Fuller, he went back to Gadsden County when he left his tenure at Florida A&M University, and has built a powerhouse over at Godby, which always has had talent.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to see those DBs tonight. I know Corey keeps them nice and strict. Make sure they're out there making plays. just like how he did at Florida State.
But one of the things about this team at Godby is that they've scored some points. They scored 45 points in their opener, 47 in their second game, and at Lake Mary they had a dogfight. They won 14-11, scored in the first 30 seconds of the game, and scored in the last 30 seconds of the game to pull off a win at Lake Mary. So actually each one of his wins, the last 2 games have been by 3 points, a touchdown, 7 points. And the last 2 games have been combined win by 6 points. So he's been playing close.
I'm excited to see if Fuller has his players ready today or not.
Well, the last thing you need to be concerned about is Corey having them ready. Corey has them ready. Now, they don't have a lot of options. Corey's a little bit on the crazy side. So they're going to do whatever Coach Fuller says. One of his things is he said, I might not be the best X and O's guy. What position you played?
I was an offensive lineman, interior for a couple years, and left tackle for a few.
Oh, you were playing the money spot, the LTs to make the big money. Joe Thomas.
Protecting that blind side.
Yeah, boy, you want to keep it blind for him, don't you?
Yeah.
When you watch a game, what are some of the things that you look forward outside of just seeing the game and who scores? From your experience, what is it that you look forward?
When I'm watching the game, I just want to see what team can establish dominance at the line of scrimmage. You know, that's where it all starts. You know, me being a former offensive lineman, I know if an O-line starts getting that good push, the game goes way easier for the team.
Okay. And were you more a zone blocker, or you were man-on-man, got your space and created? What are some of the inner things that you look for when you take a look at the game and you look at the offensive line? What do you look for first?
Well, actually, I played in the zone blocking screen, but I always preferred man up, head on and helmet kind of schemes. I actually like defense more than offense, but I was just a more offensive kind of guy. But getting back to what you were saying, I just look just the little small things, you know, intangibles that you can't really coach, you know, just players out there that's just doing their best to become great, make great plays.
Okay, when you're lined up against somebody, when you're on the O-line, when you come out of the huddle, what are you looking for when you come out of when you break the huddle? What are you looking for in the defense?
As an O-lineman, of course, I'm looking wherever the design, like if it's a run play, of course, looking for what gap we're attacking. If there's a scheme or whatnot adjustment that's needed, making sure I'm listening for the quarterback's checks. And other than that, you know, just making sure, since like I said, you know, zone blocking, you get out and just get into your zone and catch a man. So you get into that zone blocking scheme, you can kind of see once you get to the line of scrimmage who you're going to be attempting to get a hold of. Well, not get a hold of, but, you know, get a block on.
No, you probably meant that literally.
Well, you know, there is holding on every play. So.
Okay, so in terms of the coaching that you received when you were on the O-line, did you have the same high school coach, or did you play under different coaches?
It was somewhat turbulent. We went through 2 coaching changes in my 4 years. So we started off, it was more of a triple option, think Georgia Tech type offense. Fired the coach after my freshman year, I believe, and went more to a up-tempo, spread it out kind of thing. Both of them used zone runs, though. So for the O-line, it wasn't really an adjustment of a change in scheme, just a change in attitude.
Okay, explain to our listening audience the difference between the man and the zone blocking and what the primary difference in the two might be.
Well, with man-on-man blocking, you're just getting the man closest to you as an offensive lineman. You know, there's usually about 4 down linemen, maybe 3 against 5 offensive linemen. So left tackle's probably going to end up with the end. One of the guards or the center is going to end up with the nose tackle or the defensive tackles that's right there. And whichever one they don't get, the other one doubles down, go get the linebacker. And in a zone blocking scheme, you attempt to not necessarily get to a man, but get to a position on the field and clear the path. So as opposed to blocking the man ahead of you, sometimes for zone blocking, you may let that man come through and create a different hole on a different part of the field for the running back to attack.
Okay, one of the things that's really interesting in this matchup is the fact that you had a former quarterback is the head coach at Leon, and you have a defensive stalwart in Corey Fuller with Godby. And it's just really interesting that in this season, Godby is prolifically scoring at a high rate from the defensive guy. And then you have Garrett Zahn with Leon, who we have some words from him in a little bit, but just really surviving. Last year was really rough for him, And these 2 wins that they've had, their games, they've had close ones. They beat Gadsden 14-13. They beat Rickards 22-21. So they've had 2 one-point games. And then we had a game earlier. They lost to Jacksonville Sandalwood 49-16. You know.
Well, I know the Leon staff and their players, they all knew that it wasn't going to be a one-year thing. It's going to be a process. They went winless last year, so just coming out the gate and getting 2 out of the first 3 is just a great sign of the progress that's being made. But as for Coach Fuller, as you said, you know, he's a defensive genius, I should say, out there, one of the best DBs we've seen. And, you know, he knows how to attack a defense. That may be an explanation as to why their offense has been so prolific this season.
Well, Corey is a taskmaster. He relates very well. We've done a number of interviews on Corey. You can actually go to INSiiGHTS, INSiiGHTS.com, and you will find a couple of stories that we have done exclusively with Corey that allows you some insight into his thinking and some of the things that he does and uses to motivate his players. We did a story on him at Gadsden High. I think Mr. Walker was with us. We went over and did that story in the locker room. And we did another one in his office when he was at Godby. And one of the things that he is proudest of is the number of kids that he signed last year, which also signing day at Leon and Godby is on our website. Feel free to go and get a chance to see it. One of the things that we do at INSiiGHTS, we don't necessarily take a clip, but we cover it from beginning to end so you can see all of it, hear all of it. But he had 22 players graduate and get sent off to play football last year.
Wow, that's excellent.
22. And he has retooled what he has. And again, this year, they're preparing and have done everything possible. They've had 3 opponents. They've won all 3.
Sending 22 players to the next level is a great accomplishment. I'd like to know where that ranks in the country. That's nothing to shake your head at, you know?
No, that's 22 players, and that's
22 players.
As far as we know, in recent annals of football collegiate history here in this area, that's a record. 22 kids, which means he had some underclassmen starting, but he had some players that he sent off on football scholarships that didn't even start, and he was able to place in school. And they had an excellent presentation that they had in the auditorium at Godby High School with the principal and the athletic director and the parents and everybody there. It was an incredible sight.
About 5 minutes till kickoff here.
Mr. Walker, I'm going to play. I did a short interview with
Why don't you hold that till we go live at 7?
Okay, we're going to hold that till we go live at 7. Okay, so that means those of you on the pregame show, you won't get to hear this first. Our executive director has passed the wand. As we move on with the time that we were going to fill doing that, it's just interesting watching a lot of the pre-games that our teams do. Godby, here in Cox, a lot of the teams don't necessarily go all the way back inside the small, hot locker room. They try to stay on the field.
So it might have been a better safe haven than this out here.
Now we had a discussion now about I'm gonna have to write it to you, but they're staying on the field. A lot of the teams that we've been to early in the season, as they get ready to the color guard come on, they run through a sign. Godby cheerleaders are lined up. The team is lined up behind them. Looks like one of the assistant coaches in front, as they've had the coin toss, which Leon won the coin toss and looks to receive the goal to our left. And looking at Jeff Walker, boy, we always like watching Jeff. We never know which one of the cameras he's going to pull out on us. He had a toy last week, and now he's back to Old Faithful. But he goes in and he starts doing his instant replay for you. And I can't see the screen, so I'm not going to be able to give a commentary on our instant replay, but he has the instant replays coming for you. And this is the INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. This is Mickey Clayton, the coach. And I have my partner, the student, Chris Johnson.
Yes, sir.
And he's doing exceptionally well. And we got the color guard coming on. We're going to keep it live, Jeff, or we're going to take a break?
We got 1 minute till we go live.
Okay. And it's the national anthem now. Lindy's. Crawfordville Lindy's pregame sponsor. Try some of that hot chicken. H-A-W-T hot at Crawfordville Lindy's. Nashville doesn't have anything on Crawfordville except being almost 500 miles away. Crawfordville Lindy's, your pregame sponsor. Try that hot chicken. H-A-W-T.
Welcome to 20 audience.
And welcome, FAMU20. This is the INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. And this is your host, Mickey Clayton, the coach. And I'm here with Chris Johnson from the School of Journalism.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we're here for this contest today between Godby and Leon. Good evening, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It is a hot one out there. Hopefully the players have stayed hydrated all day. Don't see any injuries tonight.
Well, tell me, Chris, you played in Ohio, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you have water breaks?
Not as often as they probably have down here.
They have mandated water breaks in Florida.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it for 1 second.
Ah, boy. One of the things I'm kind of be glad when this sun goes down a little bit more, because, man, this thing is shining right in your eyes.
It sure is, man. But great view still. Looks like both teams are ready as the anthem winds down.
I really like this artificial turf here. How it looks, they got their field done by the same owners who actually put the field together at Bragg. And I think I kind of like the alternating colors, the dark green and light green. I really like that. And I see that Jeff Walker put together the monitor up here so we can get a chance when we do the replays that we'll be able to commentate through the replays for you. But we're excited about this contest. We actually showing time to kick off. What are you thinking about this game?
I'm excited to see what Fisher can do tonight at quarterback. And, of course, I know Fuller's defense is going to be ready.
Yeah, that's actually Trey Fisher, son of Texas A&M head coach Jimbo Fisher. And right now, I think I have Corey Fuller on the line when I interviewed him earlier. And let's see what Corey had to say going into this game. I got Corey Fuller, head football coach at Godby. Coach, how you feel going into this game today against Leon?
I'll be honest, I feel I have more butterflies today. We've been on the road. You know, when you're on the road, nobody actually sees what goes on. They don't know how good you are. All they can see is the score. And I'm interested to see our team play. We haven't played at home really since the Northwestern game. We played at Charles, but Charles is South Georgia to me. I live out that way. And I don't think our fans rolled out there for that game, and it was raining and lightning that night. So this is really our official first game in the new turf field. And I think that our kids are ready to play home. We've been on the road.
I know you kind of have a pretty prolific passing attack, and I don't think you've unleashed Tony Street.
Now, he's not even playing tonight. He got hurt last week. Okay. A little cheap shot, Bush League stuff. They twist his knee down while he was on the ground. But he's out tonight, but we got 3 other capable backs that can do it. We're at Godby. To be honest, they got him at every position. They just decided they want to be the man that day.
Corey, we appreciate you and good luck today.
Thank you.
I didn't want to. Man, one of the things he said, Charles is in South Georgia to him. Oh, that one thing about Corey, he's an original.
If I heard him correctly, I believe he said Tony Street is out tonight.
Yeah, Tony's best year was his sophomore year, and he was actually one of the more dangerous running backs in the county. And that was when he was over at Gaston, and he was the man at Gaston. Hadn't quite got himself on track yet, but he was being highly recruited as a 10th grader.
Leon received the kickoff here. About ready for kickoff?
Ready for some football here.
And here's the kick.
Nobody got the ball. That's not a good start. Nobody picked the ball up. Donovan Mobley went over and picked it up. Got it back to about the 12. Well, that wasn't good there. There was no communication on the kick return team, and nothing happened. The ball bounced, and they were able to pick it up. And at the way the ball was bouncing around, Godby might have got there before them. So they can't play with Godby. They can't play with him.
Yeah, definitely an early blunder there for Leon.
Yeah, we got Paxton Tamaney at quarterback. Back in the shotgun. A little sauce on that. Paxton, junior quarterback. He's thrown for 500 and wait a minute. He's thrown for 571 yards already, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Also the INSiiGHTS High School, the INSiiGHTS Dr. Arthur Award Academic Award winner. The quarterback spot right there as a junior.
They're going to need Tamaney to be precise tonight if they expect to come out the victory here.
Yeah, you're right. Run up the middle, not much there.
Not much is correct. Maybe gain of half a yard?
Maybe. They're already pinned back. They need a first down or two to kind of get out of the hole that they're in.
Yeah, that kickoff play really put them in the hole. Like, it was miscommunication, and I think they anticipated it would bounce into the end zone, and when it bounced back, they were just in disarray. Almost let Godby get the recovery right there on the 5-yard line. But third down here.
Got it completed. I think it's short of a first down.
It's close, but yep, short of the first. It will be fourth. We expect Leon to punt, of course.
Now, one thing we know, they're not going to gamble that far in the hole, not with Godby. You can't give them that short a field to operate from.
Getting out of this without a turnover should be a success for Leon. They started really pent back, so trying to play the field position game here.
This is getting ready to be could be a big play off the back. Godby has a couple of game breakers back there returning that high punt. There's a gap. There's a gap. A nice spin move. And still with outstanding position, that looks like number 4, Alvin Jones.
You can see the explosiveness Jones has there. He almost was one man away from taking it all the way.
Yeah, he was. And just what we said, it couldn't really start in the situation with a short field, giving it to Godby, and that's what they do. Godby comes out, and they're going to start with the ball at the 28-yard line. Coming to the line is at quarterback, you're going to have Trey Fisher. He's thrown for 710 yards already, 8 TDs and 1 interception. He's a junior. Father's Trey Fisher, father Jimbo Fisher, head coach at Texas A&M. Pulls it back in. Look at the sideline dangerous pass.
Very dangerous pass. Very lucky that wasn't pick 6.
Yeah, exactly. Avery Boyd was the intended receiver, a sophomore.
Number 21, Jarvis Williams there to break it up.
Going from the shotgun, no huddle. Trey Jones, being the son of Jimbo Fisher, has probably been well trained in diagnosing defenses. He's probably been looking at defenses and what plays to call since he was probably drinking Infamil.
Yeah, but that was a very dangerous throw there. He's very lucky that it resulted in just an incomplete pass.
Tyreek Paramore, Jr., 12 carries last week for 49 yards.
Leon needs this stand right here. This may be 4-down territory for Godby.
You might be right. They spread it out. Got a flag. It's an illegal substitution. That sets them back 5 yards.
Took him back to the original line of scrimmage there, basically.
It did. It's important for Leon. Leon started off with 2 wins. They got blown out in the last game. Keep their mental attitude and confidence up. They need to stay in this one as long as they possibly can. Blitz coming.
Here comes the
Evaded
heat.
2.
Fisher evades. He has some space.
And looks like he got a first down. Scramble. Avoided the rush. Stepped inside 3 of them, went to his left, and was quick enough to get to that first down marker. Heady play. Looking at the first down marker all the way.
Fisher the younger looking very fleet of foot there.
Touchdown.
There it is, right.
Untouched.
Untouched, right into the end zone.
Tyreek Paramore, junior running back, 6 foot, 175. Right up the middle, untouched. Godby takes an early 6-0 lead.
15-yard scamper there. Nice to see that they're doing great without their running back.
Thank you for that sun going down over the score.
Yes.
Ooh, timing was off.
And it was little to the left there on the extra point.
The timing was off. He had started up. By the time he got the snap and put it down, we knew that was going to be in trouble. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back for the kickoff. The second kickoff from Godby to Leon. See if they've got it together in terms of fielding the kick. We'll be right back. And we're back. Godby takes a early 7-0 lead.
6-0. They missed the extra point.
Thank you for that correction. 2 minutes and 7 seconds into the contest. Leon's going to have to get a couple drives together. They cannot afford to let Godby get out here early.
Let's see if they can handle this kickoff.
Yep, that was a comment we made going into the timeout. They backed both returners up a little bit more. They were standing to 10 last time. They're up around the 5 now. That's caught that one and carried himself back to the goal line. He's not going to get far.
Donovan Mobley trying to get outside.
I stand corrected.
And he makes about the 19. They needed that last drive. Now let's see if they can come out, get it moving a little bit, respond to this touchdown that Godby just put up on the board.
The challenge is on Leon. Godby comes out early, establishes himself, dominated the defensive line, dominated the line of scrimmage a little bit. So it's very, very important for Leon to establish something in the offensive continuity now to be able to get the defensive coaches together over there. They're under the tent getting ready for the next exchanging series.
Tumaini drops back.
Oh.
There's pressure.
Nobody over here. Nobody over here. How far will
he might go all the way.
Big play.
Number 15, DJ Campbell, the tight end for about a 40-yard gain.
And it's down here on the 35, and we got the replay here. Almost the replay. Okay.
That was definitely a busted coverage there by Godby. I know Coach Fuller isn't happy right now.
Well, they sent everybody, and they didn't think that they were going to be able to pick it up. It was a great play call with what the defense ran at him. So right now it gives Leon a lot of momentum.
Tumaini drops back again, pressured again, escapes, and helmet comes off. And maybe a face mask there.
Yeah, and a flag. And a flag. This may be a big one here.
Move Leon closer to points.
It's off again. And they're out of it. They're up to the
Face
15.
mask penalty enforced. Samani dropbacks again. He had an open man and short-armed it.
He had pressure on him. He couldn't really see there. They had a tremendous hole on that offensive line. Godby defensive tackle had his jersey being separated.
Sure, Coach Fuller isn't pleased with what he's seen from his defense on this drive.
And we got 2nd and 10.
Laney rolls out left. Throws that one out the back of the end zone. Very smart decision there. Don't want to think they have a guaranteed 3 points here. Don't want to jeopardize that. Senior kicker in warm-ups, he was hitting from about 45 yards out.
He was. Tamani's over there talking to head coach. Coach Zahn over there. He's coming back onto the field with his marching orders. Offensive line waiting on him. 3rd down, 10. It was critical for Leon to establish something on that offensive series there. Now they want more. They want that touchdown.
Tamani's looking left. He's rushed.
Throw it away.
And throws this one away as well. Very smart, very making the right play in the right situation. Although it wasn't the perfect play, it was still the right play.
It was a play that avoided them from making a turnover, and that was important for them to be able to do.
Exactly. It was imperative that Leon came out of this drive with points. Lining up for the field goal now.
He's at a slight angle. He's on the right side on the right hash mark. He's looking over at coach with a finger up. Oh, they were short. Now they brought 2 in, and they were trying to signal 1 to get off. One of the first things the holder does is count how many people are on the line. He barely got it off, but it was incomplete. Incomplete. It was short. And this is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break, but we'll be right back. INSiiGHTS Foundation of Miami, Import Authority, Data Set Ready, Cumulus Radio, Major Care Ministries, Lowry Masonry and Construction, Events by B, Studio 13, INSiiGHTS.com, and J Quad Media. Whoa. Godby with the ball. This time they have a little bit further to go. Godby's offense has 80 yards to go to pay dirt. But as easily as they converted on a short field, this will be a challenge. Screen. Got to make the first person miss.
And he does, and he good for about a 7-yard gain there. 7 or 8.
You're right, about 7 or 8 yard gain there. I really think that Godby's going to put up a lot of points tonight. For Leon to be competitive in this game, they're going to have to match them. They're not going to be able to fall down too much.
For Leon to be competitive in this game, I feel like they have to get Godby off the field early. They can't get caught up in long drives. It's a hot night here tonight. The longer the defense is on the field, easier they'll be worn down.
First down. This Godby team is a little unusual for Corey. He's usually had established his great running attacks built around solid defenses. He has Trey Fisher back there at quarterback, and he's allowing him to do some things that traditionally he doesn't let his quarterbacks do. And they are actually doing a real good job in terms of scoring points and moving the ball.
You know, Fisher's a coach's son. He's very cerebral out there, makes good decisions with the ball, and Fuller trusts him. Timeout, Godby.
And this is a timeout here, and we are going to take a break. They're going to take a water break, and I'm going to look for me some H2O as well. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. we'd like to thank the School of Journalism, Dr. Ziegler. We appreciate you. And we're back. That was more like a water sip.
Fisher in the shotgun, of course.
In motion.
Gaping hole, and it's good for about another 10. Fighting for some yardage there at the end.
Yeah, that yard after contact, he gained about 4 yards on his own.
Nice and strong run. This is exactly what I was talking about with Leon. They can't get caught up in these kind of long drives. They have to try to get Godby off the field within these next couple series. They don't want to keep giving up first downs here.
They've actually thrown the pass to set up the run.
And
they
great blitz there by Leon.
And that's a 10-yard loss.
Number 40, Miles Sander in there for the sack. Great play call there on the pressure. And like I said, the Leon sideline knows they can't get caught up in these long drives. Get them behind the sticks a little bit. Now the game turns in your favor. Let's see if they can capitalize on the field position here.
Second down and looks like 20. 21 to be exact. They're coming again. Picked up this time. Nice stick there by Leon, but he bounced off of it and kept running. And Curtis Williams hit him pretty good, but he bounced off of him at 5'9". You got third down, 5 yards to go. Much more manageable for the Cougars.
Big play here for Leon. After missing the field goal, they can't let Godby just go up and down the field on them.
Trey Fisher.
Looks like they're bringing pressure again. And they get there.
They're in man-to-man coverage out here that time. They sent 7 men. Now it's a 4th down.
Leon had a meeting at the quarterback
Coach
there.
Fuller wasn't real happy with that. He's always an emotional guy. You can hear and watch him. You'll know exactly how he feels. He wears his emotions on his sleeve.
Looks like Leon's bringing pressure on key downs. Wouldn't be shocked to see Godby start going to screens more often.
Well, they're going for it. It's
4th and about 11. Yeah, they are going for it. Very confident move here by Coach Fuller. An open man, and they get it.
First down. No flags on the field.
Godby did a nice job that time of picking up the pressure that Leon sent.
Coach Fuller confident in his offense. As you said earlier, he trusts Trey. They never blink. Drive started at the 20-yard line. And now inside, on Leon's side of the field, they just now reset the shot clock, or the game clock. Here comes the
deep. He goes down again.
He didn't see the blitz coming that way, though it came from his right side. He was looking to make a pass to his left. Number 23 from Leon came straight down, and when he turned back to look down the field, it was too late.
23, Andrew Rigsby.
Thank you.
Leon's doing a great job of mixing up their pressures here.
Well, that's the only thing they're doing to slows them down a little bit is the blitz. But if they don't get there, he's been patient enough to complete that short out.
They've definitely paid for not getting there on the blitz. Selling out every play, sometimes it's paying off.
Well, it's the only thing that's played off so far. But the gamble is when it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, we just seen it on the 4th and 11.
And they blitz right into the run gaps that time. 3rd and 15. That's still better than, well, it was 4th and 15 last time, wasn't it?
They were 2nd and 20, 4th and 12, I believe.
They changed out of their
There's the screen. He was 1 block away there from breaking it big, but looks like it'll be about another 4th and 10. Wonder if they're going to go for it again.
I'm sure. That time they were in a cover 2. They weren't in man coverage, and the plays that ran successfully against that man-to-man didn't happen that time when they were in the cover 2. That cornerback was able to fill in that gap.
The running back there might have been a little more patient. He might have sprung it, set up his blocks a little.
They didn't sell out that time.
And still, they pick it up, and he might go all the way.
Missed the tackle.
Straddling the sideline, dives, and touchdown.
Missed the tackle. Harris O.J. Joseph, a sophomore, missed the tackle. They were in the zone coverage again that time. And Godby anticipated that as opposed to the man-to-man. If you make that first defender miss, a lot of positive things will happen, and it did.
Number 14, Jaheim Knight there with a nice rack run after catch for the touchdown. Godby with the 12-0 lead, going for the 13 extra point here.
Let's watch the snap and the handle this time.
Oh, misuse snap.
As we just called.
Trying to make a play out of it. He has a man in the back of the end zone, and it's dropped.
That's a great recovery on the defensive end there. We just said we had to watch the snap and the handle on it. They had a bad exchange last time on the extra point. This one never did catch it.
Yeah, like you said, it's both times now that their handler, their holder, and their snapper. Maybe Coach Fuller needs to check that out. Wonder what's his message to them heading into the break here.
And we're going to come back to score 12-0. Godby with a lead. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. Special shout out to Ernest Jones, the School of Journalism. Dr. Ziegler, we appreciate you on FAMU 20 and also live stream on the INSiiGHTS YouTube site. You can see us either way. If you got to get in your car, you can stream it, but you can't watch the stream and drive at the same time. So give your phone to your significant other over there and let them tell you what's going on in the game.
Yes, yes. Drive safely out there, folks.
Special shout out to the INSiiGHTS crew. Jeff Walker, J Quad Productions, Sharon B of Events by B, sideline reporters from TCC and FAMU School of Journalism, and Chris Johnson right here from Ohio.
Godby lining up to kick it off. Leon's returns have been interesting.
Will he go across he's going across the field
12,
again.
Donovan Mobley, and he's smacked at the 10. Godby hyped up out there.
Well, they've predetermined that they're going to return it to the offensive left, and he has to get all the way across the field to get to where his blockers are. Godby hadn't allowed that to happen.
Yeah, that is a lot of field to cover there.
Yes, yes. He ran about 20 yards to get to the sideline to gain 8. I know Jeff Walker was a special team coach. He told him to get right up that shortest sideline and make what he can make.
He did have a small crease the last time going to the left, though, but.
Yeah, but he didn't get there. Almost got there, but not horseshoes.
Almost doesn't count in football. So maybe back deep.
And he's just throwing that one.
Throw it away. Was he still in the pocket? That might be. There's no flag out there. It sure looked like he was still in the pocket. Might have been intentional grounding in the end zone, which of course is a safety.
A lot of pressure from Godby that time. Godby brought their own heat.
Once again, Leon's pinned back deep. See how they handle it this time.
Well, actually, the refs are discussing that last play.
Looks like they'll stay with the no flag.
Leon up to the line. Pitch. Cut inside the gap there.
Flag out there might be for holding, in the area holding, of course. This might be a hold on number 60 here. Number 73, it looked like.
On the
Zion
pitch,
Dawson.
we had 3 offensive linemen in front of him. He cut back inside of them because all 3 of them standing there. Nobody actually laid a glove on the Leon defense there. They filled those gaps and were standing there waiting. That run was basically made on his own.
Godby was ready for the pitch, it looked like, but he found a lane. Might have been a little zone blocking there, actually.
Yeah, I don't know about a zone blocking on a pitch. You got to hit the man in front of you. Leon can't afford to keep getting pushed back into that hole. And they're going back to the 11 or the 12.
Backs against the wall here.
Yes.
Looks more like the 6 or 7, actually.
You're
going
right.
back more.
Okay. Maybe the 8.
Leon has already flirted with the intentional grounding in the end zone this drive.
Exactly.
See what they have in the bag here. See if they can get out the hole, play it conservative, or try to make something out of it.
They're going to have to be a little aggressive.
Tumaini with the long throw. And he's trying to break away. Goes down after about a gain of 10 there. So a nice little.
Nice effort by the receiver. See where they mark it.
It's exactly what Leon needed. Create a little bit of space. You'll be able to open up the playbook a bit more. First down, Leon.
It was just interesting to watch the yard markers and the referee and how they were negotiating where they were getting ready to place the ball. Most of us already thought it was a first down because the marker was past the 10-yard marker.
You know refs like to make things complicated sometimes.
Oh, that's a good comment there. That's a good comment there.
Tumaini under center, and he steps back into the shotgun.
Great tackle. That's a great tackle.
Might have been
that was the one
tackle.
Right, because there wasn't anybody in front of him.
A lot of green grass. Might still be running.
That was Kyler Lang on that tackle. I think his brother's at South Florida. He was all everything on defense last year. Then he has a younger brother on the 9th or 10th grade team. Deep.
Tumaini going deep, but he has a man broken up there.
I'm not surprised at the flag. There's a lot of contact. They were fighting for that position.
It looked mutual though, so
there was a lot of contact here, so it was kind of interesting to see how that goes.
Ball a little bit underthrown there. Tumaini had his man, floated up a little bit too much, a little too much air under it, allowed the DB to catch up and make a play on the ball there. But they might be getting the yardage anyway here.
Okay, they picked up the flag, and the penalty itself is marked off from the line of scrimmage. The one thing you have to say about Leon is based on how they were last year, not winning, they are in this game. It's 12-0, and they're still fighting. They're in it. They have not quit. They've not hung their head. We saw a game last week. Was that 17-0 at half with Madison and Florida High?
Yep, Florida High.
And Madison came back and, woo, did they come back.
Movement up front.
Yes, it was. Contact then. Contact then. That's another penalty on Godby.
Leon's done a good job of moving the ball. They just have to finish their drives. They missed a field goal when they got down there last time. They couldn't convert anything when they were pinned back the first drive, but they've done a decent job when they actually executed. They've moved the ball in this Godby defense.
They have some of this is due to the penalties on Godby. Right now it's more self-inflicted by Godby than anything else. But you still have to give credit to Leon. They have not, they've bent, but they haven't broke. They're still right there. And again, this is still the first quarter.
Leon has to make some plays, score touchdowns, and make Godby pay for missing those extra points.
Picked his spot. Looked like he got about 4 on it as he kind of stepped through the holes there a little bit. Looks like they're short at 1 or 2 yards. Nice to see that both high schools here in the city brought their bands and cheerleaders and sizable contingent of fans from both schools here at Cox Stadium. Still time to come out and see the game. If not, stay tuned with us, FAMU 20 here.
Boy, this is such a pretty sight. The sun setting, nice game going on.
Here comes a hit. Here comes a hit. He came from 10 yards back.
Tumaini with the completion of DJ Campbell, and he came up and got hit by number 21 for Godby.
That's Christian Williams. Boy, this marker here is close.
It looks like they might bring the change out for a measurement maybe.
They're really looking this over closely.
From my point of view, it looks like it's a first down, but.
Yeah, it's on our side of the field. Coming out, which they actually had to request volunteers for somebody to come out and be on the flag crew. They had 2 young ladies out here doing a job which they've probably never done before.
And
first
it looks
down.
like first down. First down, Leon. Almost in plus territory
This
here.
is key for Leon to be able to establish a couple drives, first downs, be able to get that defense together, make some adjustments, because they're going to have to slow down Godby's offense in order for them to be effective today. So this is actually giving their defense a chance to rest, because if they stay on that field like they've been doing with Godby going up and down the field like this, it'll be extremely long for them.
This is exactly what Leon needed. Now they just need to finish the drive with points. Oh, fumble on the pitch. Leon recovers it. Looks like it'll be about a loss of 7 or 8. Oh.
Leon was lucky to recover that pitch. They were lucky to recover. I don't think he ever got his hands on it.
Actually,
It looked like it hit him on his shoulder pads.
About a 10-yard loss there. Be 2nd and 20.
A lot of these players from Leon, young. Roster full of sophomores and juniors. If you're going to beat them, this might be the year you have to beat them. Because after that, Leon might be establishing itself as one of the powerhouses in the city after this year.
Yeah, the process with Leon is going well. You know, they're back to 2 wins already after going winless last year.
Comes the blitz, there's the screen.
And dropped past there. He had a lot of room. Might have been looking at the green instead of focusing on the ball.
I think he heard footsteps because he was being chased down over there. Number 6 from Godby was coming after him. Javon Solomon was coming after him pretty good.
3rd and 20 here for Leon. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Think they'll play it conservative or try to air it out?
No, they're going to stay aggressive. They've gotten this far staying aggressive. You're down 2 touchdowns. You can't play conservative now. It's important for you to stay in this game.
Maybe throw it up and hope for another penalty here.
Well, that has worked for him. It looked like that was before the snap. Nice throw.
Interception on the play. 21, Christian Williams. He's been making plays all night.
He ran back 5 yards trying to get over there to the sideline. I actually thought that Leon was the intended receiver was the receiver in front of that one. Threw behind him there. This is INSiiGHTS. Here, high school game of the week.
Sure, Coach Fuller's happy with 21 there. He's been making plays all night. You know he loves his DBs.
Yes, he does. They start here at the 48-yard line. 31 seconds left in this quarter. Trey Fisher.
Running the middle screen here. He has a lot of space. And he might go. He might go.
Untouched. Untouched.
Great play call there.
Untouched.
Touchdown number 4. Alvin Jones III. Untouched up the middle on a screen there.
5'5", 123 pounds. Took off. There's your instant replay. He a screen play, stepped in. He was not touched that time.
Godby taking advantage of Leon's pressure. Utilizing the screen right to the middle of the field. Allowed that rush to get in there to the quarterback, and he had nothing but green grass and blue offensive linemen in front of him.
Green grass and blue offensive linemen. That almost sounds like a cartoon character there. Oh, much better snap and hold.
And Godby's now 0 for 3 on extra points here. That one bouncing off the right upright.
18-0.
Godby needs to be careful because Leon's moved the ball on him. If somehow Leon can get some stops and start scoring touchdowns, these extra points will come back and bite Godby.
Well, for those extra points to bottom, they're going to have to establish something on offense because at this rate, if Godby continues at this rate, it'll be over by halftime. Godby traditionally does not give up leads. If you're going to be in this game with them, you're going to have to be able to score with them. And if you can't score with them, you're going to be out of it.
Yeah, this one's definitely teetering on the brink of another blowout for Leon, coming off the blowout last week.
You're exactly right. See, on the field, I see athletic director Jackie Burkett at the 47 talking to the athletic director She's probably giving him some plays to be able to help him on the offense. She's an active athletic director, first female athletic director in Leon County Schools. Kickoff. Is he going to try and cross the – no, this time turns up the field. Oh, they put another kick returner back there.
Yeah, it looks like Nick Brown and Donovan Mobley swapped spots. They had Mobley on the left of the field this time, Brown on the right, so Brown could field it, and he just took it right up that right side as opposed to trying to cross the field like Brown did the last time. Like Mobley did the last time.
Yeah, last 2 times. And Mobley, the first one, didn't even catch it, let it bounce over his head and sit there at the 5. You got 13 seconds to go, 18-0.
Leon needs points this drive.
They sure do.
Doesn't look like they're going to be stopping Godby tonight, so they expect to keep it close. They have to get some points on the board here.
No, it was nothing there. It was nothing there.
Tamaney handed it off to Parker Wilson, and he swallowed up right around the line of scrimmage. Might have been even for a loss of half a yard.
Yeah, and that ends the first quarter with Godby completely in control with an 18-0 lead. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll come back for the second quarter. We'll be right back. And this is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. And we're back getting ready to start the second quarter here. Godby in complete control of an 18-0 game headed into the second quarter. Gorgeous view of the sunset. Over the west side of the stands behind the Gene Cox Stadium at Hurley Rudd Field sign. We're able to get some shade here.
Yes, that sun has started to go down.
Our prayers with the families over there in North and South Carolina fighting a hurricane and a deluge of rain. Everybody who has family over there, our prayers are with you, that all of them are safe and dry.
Leon in the shotgun here. Tamaney takes the snap, drops back, and throws a little wide there, intended for number 3, Nick Brown.
And now it's third down. And 10.
Getting into uh-oh territory here for Leon.
And what is uh-oh territory?
Uh-oh, this game might be getting out of hand. If they can't convert here and make some points out of this drive, uh-oh, this game might be getting out of hand.
We stated that we thought it would be a high-scoring game, at least for Godby, and the only way you were going to be able to beat them was to be able to score with them. They haven't done that yet.
They moved the ball in spurts, though, so interested to see if they can convert here. Tamaney steps up in the pocket, takes off, and goes down.
I wondered if they were going to throw a flag there late. They did not.
Should Leon consider going for it here on fourth down?
No, they can't afford to go for it. I would be, if I'm a betting man, they're going to punt this.
I mean, obviously, it's obvious punting territory, but, I mean,
okay,
they're down.
If it was obvious, why would you ask if they're going to go for
They're
it?
down 18-0. Their defense haven't shown that they can stop Godby. I mean, you need to spark somewhere.
You're not going to spark and give them another 6.
It's actually the first punt of the night for either team.
Nice kick. Caught at the 34 by Godby.
Second punt, excuse me.
INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. And Godby on the field.
Leon with the pressure. Fisher gets it out quick. Number 11 with some nice moves there.
Helmet to helmet there.
And there's the flag for a late hit.
Helmet to helmet.
Think Leon may be getting a little bit frustrated here?
I would imagine. I can't tell if Coach Fuller is mad or laughing. I can't tell which one it is. I've been spoiled. I was looking for the instant replay. That's Jeff Walker with Jeff Walker with all these tricks over here. Yeah, that's against Leon. See, here it is. Now here comes the hit. Nice move. His job is to make the first one. Boom. Oh, there it is. Another tackle way out of bounds. Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
Very late hit there. Fisher drops back.
He's going
for it. He has a man. Overthrown.
Overthrown. Just by a little bit. That one's for Jaheim Knight. Missed him that time.
Godby trying to put the nail in the coffin there, maybe.
Dr. Arthur Woodard, academic student of the game, senior Javon Solomon with a 3.7 grade point average. He's injured. He's been at Godby all 4 years playing wrestler, weightlifting, and football. Congratulations to Javon Solomon. Here comes the
Leon
blitz.
on the blitz. Number 40, Miles Sanders, got in there very quick. Was able to stifle that. Messed it. Looks like he came right through that B gap and got blown up by 60 there. Definitely made an impact on the play, slowed him up, but definitely paid for it as well. Third down here. And it looks like Godby might have got him to jump. See who it's on.
Yeah, Leon had a late arriving crowd right then. Late arriving player. He came on right before the snap.
Oh, so this will be interesting.
Dr. Arthur Woodard, academic student of the game from Leon, is sophomore Dan Campbell. He's a tight end with a 4.03 grade point average. Congratulations, Dan Campbell and the Javon Solomon from Godby for being outstanding academic students recognized by the Woodard Foundation from Miami, Florida.
False start there on Godby, giving back some of that penalty yardage.
Congratulations, both academic award winners. We'll see you at the end of the season at the banquet at Studio 13 for you.
3rd and 10, Fisher drops back, has a man. 11 again with the rack, and he's got the first down.
Got the first down. These Godby receivers, look at that challenge. When they catch it on the flat, they're looking to make you miss. They take pride in being able to put a move on you, and they like to hear that sound from the crowd that says, ah.
Putting a move on you may be an understatement for him. He's done it twice now tonight.
Twice on this side of the field.
Twice on this drive alone. They going with the quick bubble here.
And a bubble drop. Number 6 from Godby. Hurt on the last play. They have him over on the sideline. Thanks for our spotter there. His left ankle. Thank you there. Thank you there.
Fisher in an empty backfield. He's looking right. And incomplete there. Third and 10 coming up for Godby here. Be interested to see what they call.
Godby has not even been slowed down much.
Of course, expect Leon to bring the pressure. How do you think Godby will respond to it?
Godby's been pretty much able to run whatever they've wanted to run. They have not been threatened or slowed at all by Leon's defense.
And here's the pressure. And they get to Fisher. He's hanging on, hanging on.
And he was hanging on with that ball with one hand. I was anticipating somebody knocking it out of his hand. 4th down, which has not meant much to Godby. It's like they're in 4-down territory all the time.
But Fisher has to come off the field because he lost his helmet for a play.
Exactly.
Leon's been successful in spurts. They just have to sustain
quarterback, they have Jaheim Knight back there taking place of Trey Fisher.
Expecting more pressure here from Leon. Let's see how Knight reacts to it. You go with the veer option. And right up the gut, and looks like he may have the first down.
Jeff Walker signals first down to see if no, he changed his mind. We were getting ready to give him his official's whistle and be able to let him call. The ball turns over on downs to Leon with the score 18-0. They came close to establishing a first down with a second-team quarterback. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
You see how quick he hit that? I seen that. It says QB wide receiver on there.
And this is INSiiGHTS, and we're back. They were not exactly without experience at the quarterback position. That was last year's starting quarterback. Did a great job last year.
See what Leon can do here.
The team never flinched when he went in. It was like they had complete confidence in him.
He almost picked up the first.
Almost. He missed him badly.
Yeah, Tamaney sailed that one out of bounds. Maybe a little rattle.
Perhaps is a little shaken up on the play. He hasn't been real successful this time. In this game. And Leon changing that package.
Many pump fakes, lets it go.
Underthrew him, though.
Looking for number 12 again. That one's intercepted.
No, ball hit the ground.
DB couldn't come down with it, and that's why they're DBs.
Pass was underthrown.
That's for the second time he's underthrown Donovan Mobley there. He's had him. Mobley's had the coverage beat twice.
He has, deep down that right sideline over there.
Tamaney underthrew him both times. Both times nearly resulted in an interception.
Scrambled a little bit, stayed in the pocket, set his feet.
And when he took off, I thought he had a little bit of room.
I thought he was trying to make a decision if he was going to try to run it or not.
3rd and 10 here. Tamaney rolls right, throws it, and just out of the reach of the receiver.
Actually threw it behind him. Turned around. It's 4th down now.
Intended for 15. DJ Campbell, tight end, who had the big play earlier in the game.
4th down. Punt team coming out. You got Alvin Jones, the 3rd. Jaheim Knight, a little bit of everything. He's had 2 touchdowns already this season. Plays quarterback, receiver, 6 foot 180.
Got a peek of Knight's explosiveness on that quarterback run on 4th down last drive.
He has some room. And that was a nice throw down.
Number 5, Kamari Brown with the decisive tackle.
That's the weight room there.
He's definitely fired up. Maybe that play can get his team back rolling. Or maybe get them started rolling, actually.
Maybe get them started rolling, but you have Godby in great field position already. They're at the 48 inside Leon territory again, short field.
Godby does have a short field, but seeing a play like that made by one of your teammates, that does energize you a little bit. I'll be anxious to see what Leon does here.
We'll see how much it energizes him. Trey Fisher back. Power running. Trey being looked at by a number of colleges. He's a junior. story written earlier about him going to Texas, be with his dad, who was the former head football coach at Florida State. We'll finish that story after this snap. Another hard run, looks like a gain of about 3. And back to the story, he came back home. I came back to Tallahassee where he had grown up, feeling that when he was in Texas, he was Coach Jimbo Fisher's son. In Tallahassee, he was just Trey. And establishing friendships at that age, it's kind of important. You want to know what it is people are attracted to. He was Coach Jimbo Fisher's son, but that wasn't a big deal. They kind of grown up with him. He was just Trey. He could get lost in the crowd. He was one of the fellas. Handoff inside.
3 straight runs here for Godby.
3 straight runs. Looks like a first down, though.
Another photo finish. Looks like they had a few where it's just been right there at the chains.
You know what he's setting up. Run that same play 3 times. You know what's getting ready to get set up. You're going to go over the top.
I wouldn't be shocked they just pounded it the whole drive.
Okay.
I mean, 3 yards in a cloud of dust get you there.
Okay. Okay, Woody Hayes. Let's see.
But I definitely wouldn't be shocked to see a play action here.
Yeah, bubble screen.
Another screen. Ford makes a move. Getting a little extracurricular out there. No
and
flag.
The flag.
Oh, there's the flag.
There it is. There it is. That bubble screen has been run effectively. They trust their receivers to get by that first man. It takes a little bit to tackle them in the open field. Against Leon.
Leon bringing that pressure so often. It's just once if their DBs don't make plays on the ball when the receiver makes a catch, then it's prone to be a big play every time.
10 yards. They're down on the 11. 1st and 10 from the 11.
Leon's already getting beat by Godby. They can't beat themselves. If they want to just keep this one close, let alone actually be in the game.
No, it's not
penalties are going to kill them.
It's not going to be close in a minute. They get put another 6 on the board. He might not get touched there. Tackled at about the 1.
Those 3 early ones in the drive might have just killed any momentum Leon had from that play.
What momentum did you see?
It was a big hit, man.
That wasn't enough momentum against Godby as they score again and go up 24-0.
Let's see if Godby can get their extra point woes solved here.
At some point, you either continue to work on your extra point game, or you go for 2.
Maybe it was just that goalpost down there. Let's see if changing sides of the field does anything for him.
Maybe it was the goalpost.
Kicker wasn't feeling that side of the field. Let's see how they do on this side.
Just the law of averages. If you're the extra point kicker, you ought to be able to kick 1.
Snaps good, holds good.
Kick wasn't.
And to the right again.
There goes the wrong side of the field theory. 24-0. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, and we will be right back.
I know he is about to be on their ass about that.
Crawfordville Lindy's for your chicken tenders, for your chicken wings, for your fried chicken, even for some fried pork chops. Get it at Crawfordville Lindy's. They do chicken right. And on our website, www.insights.com, INSiiGHTS. Click subscribe on YouTube so anytime that we do a live event, YouTube will let you know. Don't miss a play. Don't miss a snap. Don't miss a touchdown. Don't miss a hit. INSights.com.
As Godby gets ready to kick this one off. You know, in these blowout games, it's sometimes hard to be mad about anything as a coach, but Coach for Godby definitely has something to say about these extra points here.
5, 20, there's a gap. There's a gap.
There it is.
He has to have a mid. Nice return. Nice return for Leon.
Very nice return.
Now, that would be something I would look for, a spark. You're trying to at least get on the board right now. That was a real good return by Leon, number 12. Donovan Mobley, he's been having a heck of a game, senior wide receiver. He's a big-time kick returner.
Yeah, Mobley's had the coverage beat a couple times, and Tumaini's been short on his throws. Hopefully Leon can build off of that. They showing some heart there, showing that they're not out of it yet.
Yeah, that was. I won't say it was an individual effort because you actually had some blocking up front. And if you watch their kick return game, they go the shortest route to get to that gap. They try to keep their returners from running across field. And this is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We will be right back. And we're back. They're lining up. Youth being served here on Leon, the learning experience for them that they will be relying on to get ready for future contests playing against Godby. That pass is behind them.
Flare pass there to number 10, Stephen Bivens.
That doesn't even count as a pass. That ends up counting as a lateral.
Yeah, it sure was.
That was dangerous. I'm glad he was able to catch that one. Otherwise, it would have been a scooping 6 for Godby.
Either way, pass or lateral, Godby was there ready for it, and now it's second and about 14.
The Cougars and the Lions. Right now, the Cougars have been the dominant feline. And a cover 2.
Tumaini drops back the pass, pressure quick, and goes down.
By the time he looked at his second receiver, he was blitzed.
It's going to be third and forever here for Leon. Wouldn't be shocked to see a quick pass or a run.
Leon going towards the goal line with a quickness. Wrong goal line that they're headed to, though.
Oh, here they are moving backwards and moving backwards fast.
Wow, we got a 3rd and 22.
Mobley's been able to beat the coverage. I wouldn't be shocked to see if they go his way again. It's just about Tumaini getting the ball there.
Here comes the blitz.
And he's looking that way. Throws it. Another underthrow and a great play there by Mobley. Great catch, and he's
got
still
a first
up.
down. Back shoulder throw. You call that one there. He stood in the pocket and delivered that one.
Mobley's probably going back to a huddle telling Tumaini, get me the ball every play. You know how those wide receivers are.
Yeah. He took a tremendous hit, came back, and was still able to make the catch. 3 of them.
Looks like they got just enough yardage there for the first. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39.
They cross over the 50-yard line, and they're in Godby territory. Godby still in a cover 2. Nice run up, nice first down. May have gained 4 yards, maybe 5 on that one. That's a much better position for the Leon offense to be in a 2nd and 5 as opposed to the 2nd and 15. 2nd and 20 they've been in sometimes.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Leon's been able to move the ball in spurts. They just haven't been able to capitalize at the end of their drives. They've missed a field goal, and they just haven't been able to capitalize, stalling their drives out. Penalties have killed them sometimes. Sometimes they just haven't picked up a blitz. They have to capitalize here if they expect to stay in the game. They're technically only down 3 possessions with Godby missing all his extra
4.
points.
Blitz again. Good pressure. There have been times that pressure has come right in his face from the right side of his offensive line, which he should be picking up, but sometimes he's already predetermined his receiver, turned to the left, and doesn't see it coming from the front right there on the right side.
You know, he stood in there every time, though.
You can stand in there every time and get killed. But they're putting so much pressure on him, he's not able to make the pass that he wants to make.
About 3rd and 6 here. See what Leon dials up. Maybe going back to Mobley here.
Down at the bottom of our screen. That's who he's looking at.
Going across the middle. Oh, and he drops it. It was a shoestring catch, but very catchable ball. He got both hands on it. Bring up a 4th and 6. Mobley attacked the center of that zone there, it looked like.
Well, that's where the weakness is in that cover two across the middle there. He split it. First thing you do when he comes out, he looking for Mobley. That's the receiver that he's identified as his go-to guy.
I mean, every time I've seen the ball go Mobley's way, he's been open. So nothing wrong with that game plan there. There's been underthrows, and as you've seen there, a drop. Leon just haven't been able to capitalize on the opportunities that Mobley's given him.
Blitz is coming in, man-to-man coverage at the bottom with Mobley. He's looking again.
He's looking Mobley's way. He's going to have to make a play on the ball. And interception. And he has some space. He has blockers in front of him. Goes down about the 21. Once again, Leon able to get into Godby territory.
And you're watching it on the instant replay. From the beginning, it was always a look to see where Mobley was. Mobley actually turned it inside. He threw it to the outside.
Great.
It was fourth down. I mean, it was like a punt.
They had to do something.
It was like a punt. Intercepted at the goal line. They returned it 20 yards. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left.
Interesting to see Godby.
At the end of the second quarter. We'll see what happens. Whoa, he got a running start. Oh, did he? Boy, he guessed that timing right.
Miles Sanders, he's been getting in there quick. I think he may have the snap count down. That's about the third, fourth, maybe even fifth time he's been back there in the backfield.
Yeah, he gets a running
right
start on this
count.
one. And he gets there with a quickness.
Wouldn't be shocked to see Fisher mix up his snap count a little bit.
There he goes. He got a running start, step through the gap. He pulled up that hit a little bit because he was about to decapitate him.
Another close call, bringing out the change for a measurement here.
I wish I knew the names of the young ladies there going for the measurement because they're volunteers and they're doing a yeoman's job there. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break as they do the measurement and come right back. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. And looking at the measurement there, first down. Even when the Leon High School defense calls the right play, they're one step short from getting there.
Well, what I'll say is, for Leon, both Mobley and Sanders, they're playing great. Sanders is doing his job, getting pressure on his blitzes. Mobley's getting open. The rest of the team hasn't been able to capitalize around the plays that they're making. And there it is.
That time he didn't guess the count right.
Trying to get that snap count right. Wouldn't be shocked if Fisher went for a couple huts there. Get him to jump, free yardage.
Well, I don't think of a couple of huts because he's starting 6-7 yards back from the line of scrimmage. You can't keep giving Godby chances like that.
Well, Godby's been doing whatever they want all game.
All game. And that would be Miles Sanders, 5'9". Back with too much time. Bad throw. Just missed him.
One of few mistakes tonight made by Fisher.
Now, that's an accurate assessment. He hasn't made many mistakes. But when you're up 24-0, you can actually afford to be able to take those chances.
That you can. But like I said, it's still only a 3-possession game for Leon. If they can make some plays. And there's
right
a hole, and he may be gone.
Might be gone.
40, 30,
That's
10.
touchdown.
Touchdown number 3.
65 yards. 65 yards.
And for Leon, Small may be getting out of hand now.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I mean, Godby gets ball at half, so definitely need to put something on the board here.
Stepped through that gap untouched and outran the secondary, which I didn't think he was going to be able to do.
The acceleration there is.
Didn't think he'd be able to get through there with the quickness that he did.
Definitely showed great burst there.
Well, last game we had, Florida State and Madison was almost a rout at one time. Oh, another bad snap.
Oh, and a fumble. Let's see if Leon can make something out of it. And they
Another
recover
bad
it,
snap.
but Godby's special teams.
Boy, Coach Fuller's all the way out of the 25. He is out there. I know Corey probably told him, do you need me to come out there and kick this for you?
Well,
you know, that
it hasn't
exchange
been the kicker,
between
it's been-
the exchange between the long snapper and the holder has been horrendous.
Maybe looking at a new holder after this week.
Need a long snapper too.
But the times when they've got the snap right, that's when the kicker.
When the kicker did what? The kicker still had.
Yeah, I'm about to say kickers pushed a couple, hit the upright a time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in his hands there.
Let's see. Looks like the snap was perfect. And
Oh, yeah, it was.
holder just muffed it, I guess.
Wow. Muffed would be a kind way to put it. That's their 5th touchdown of the game. They have not converted an extra point yet.
Want to say 3.
I don't even think they've gotten half of them up in the air.
Yeah, I want to say 3 of them were fumble snaps. 2 of them missed by the kicker. Godby to kick it off here. See if Leon can put something on the board before halftime.
There's your returner.
Mobley for the return. See if he can make a play here.
We will be at signing day for Leon because I'm interested to know where he ends up going to school because he's going to go somewhere and play on Saturdays.
Definitely. The senior receiver. He's been making plays here tonight, managing to get behind the coverage. But definitely made a big play on the last drive for him. Wasn't able to turn it into any points. See if they have something in their bag here before half.
I don't think the holder wants to – he took his time coming off the field. He didn't want to see Coach Fuller. I think when he first started leaving the field, he headed the Leon side of the bench. He headed over there, and they're like, no, you got to go see Coach Fuller.
He's definitely going to be focused on in practice this week. Wouldn't be shocked that he ran the field a couple times when I hear about him next week.
Fumble.
Looks like Leon was trying to play conservative there and run.
They're signaling Godby ball.
And
we're waiting on the referee to tell us. Fortunately for Godby, for Leon, they maintain possession. This is when you begin to lose your will to.
Yeah, the mental part of the game comes into play here, very much so.
You got to have the will to play, the will to finish, the will to compete. It starts to slip out of your hands a little bit now. Nice pass and open field tackle. Godby defensive backs do not miss many open field tackles.
Yeah, Leon wish they could relate. We've seen it tonight.
Oh. When you play in the NFL and you play the position that Corey played, he's not going to have that.
Absolutely not. We've seen Leon's DBs not be able to make the plays that Godby's have on those short passes.
You're talking about the will to. If you don't compete for Godby, you have to have the will to face Corey Fuller, because that's not going to go well.
Although Godby's DBs have been beat tonight a few times, but I want to say that's more on Donovan Mobley than the DBs.
The little frustration setting in over there. Your Leon receiver, number 12. He was open there, pass was badly thrown behind him.
I've said it. Every time they've looked Mobley's way, he's been open. The pass just hasn't been there. Even that great catch he had, it was a little behind him. It turned out it was for the better because it ended up being a back shoulder throw. He could end up turning around and getting it and make a big play out of it. But Tumaini hasn't been putting it where his receiver needs it to be put.
4th down. It's 1:35. And Godby's going to look to try to score on this. Short kick. Nice roll.
Oh, and it's fielded.
Oh, that was a gamble.
Sure it was, but if he would have got past it, he had a little green space. I can see why the gamble was took up 30 to zip.
Yeah, this is the time that you would take him. 1:27 left. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back for the last 1:27. And INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're back. This is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and we're here trying to see how Godby closes out this quarter. 127 left. They got 40 yards to go. Godby has an explosive offense, but they've also played with a short field most of the night.
Godby's really been grinding them out here the last couple drives, establishing the run. You know, they came out passing with the quick short passes from Fisher. But since they've established that lead, they're grinding it out, grinding this clock out, getting to halftime with no injuries and a great lead. Outside handoff, cuts it up, and there's nothing there. About a gain of 2.
2nd and 8. Leon's been able to keep Trevor Wilson. 3 touchdowns already this year, leading receiver, 9 receptions for 225 yards. They've been able to keep him under control, number 11, but that's about it. Trevor's their deep threat over the middle, short-armed it there.
Pressure there on Fisher, and it costed him the short arm throw, like you said. Going to make up a 3rd and 7.
Trevor's a young man that's played at 3 different high schools in 4 years. Started at Lincoln in 9th grade, Rickards 10th and 11th, now at Godby. We always talk about the transfer rule and able to play wherever you want to, and we always refer to our brothers north in Georgia that they don't allow you to transfer. You play where you are.
Quick bubble here.
Bubble screen again.
And it looks like a roughing the passer call, but it
First
might be for
missed.
none because it looks like number 4, and he's tackled at the 10. Tacked the roughing the passer onto that, and they may be inside the 5.
We've talked all evening about how skilled the wide receiver set is for Godby. They take pride in being able to be in that position, to be one-on-one with a cornerback, and it's like they're playing flag football out there.
Yeah, like we alluded to while Leon had the ball, just their DBs have not been able to make plays on Godby's receivers like Godby's DBs have been able to make plays on Leon's receivers.
We also said that Godby was going to look to score. Corey's going to look to put him to sleep, and he's looking to try to close this out with 42.5 seconds left in the half. We got Godby proverbially knocking on the door.
Fisher under center for one of the few times tonight. Looks like they're going for the fade.
And he caught it. Touchdown.
Right on the money. What a throw there by Fisher.
And they had a nice little cat fight going on over there in that corner on that one-on-one. Nice catch.
Fade to the far side of the field. The quarterback places it there perfectly. There's nothing the DB can do about it.
36-0. Let's watch this extra point.
Always entertaining.
We always wondered if they were going to some point go for 2, but we sure the other side of it was Corey was using this as a practice session. He might need to audition somebody else as the holder.
I wouldn't be shocked to see someone else try it out there, but it looks like 4 is back out there again. See if he can get it right this time.
Yeah, that's Alvin Jones. He's a wide receiver that's the holder.
He's made a few big plays here tonight.
One of them wasn't catching the snap, though.
It's actually shocking to see him having trouble handling the snap. He's had some great snags here tonight.
Uh-oh.
And there it is, folks. Godby's made their first extra point of the game. Much to the enjoyment of the Godby crowd here tonight. Great ovation from that.
Coach Fuller stayed on the sideline. He never moved. He's giving them a cold stare like, where has that been? It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back.
There's one right there that's going to make one all game.
And we're back with the score, 37-0 with 29 seconds left in the first half. They've had 6 touchdowns. Had they converted the extra points, the score would be 42-0.
Well, yeah, Leon, they're just getting outplayed here tonight. Simple as that. Which, I mean, was it really not to be expected?
What was the penalty? Godby kicking off from the 45. Will they squib kick it or kick it all the way through? All the way through.
You know what? That kick was about 2 feet lower than going across that fence and hitting one of the people walking back there to the concession stand.
It's a pretty good mob of people over at the concession stand. I think they look like mostly Leon High people at the concession stand.
Yeah, Godby stands are still decently full for the score in 29 seconds till halftime.
Oh, no, I wouldn't leave either. I'd want to see every play. Now, the thing will be how long Leon hangs in there.
Maybe they wanted to see if they can make an extra point.
Leon High's band is lined up. Looks like both bands are out.
Looks like Leon's lined up to just run the clock out here. It's number 10, Steven Bivens on the carry.
Clock is running down 17 seconds. I would be surprised if Leon ran another play.
And it is Godby that's going to take 37-0 lead in the halftime here.
And the clock is going down. We got 37-0 for the halftime score. I don't know if we're going to try to do a sideline interview. We might not, with the score being 37-0. The coach to talk to would probably need to be Corey as opposed to trying to talk to Coach Zahn. And looks like, does somebody have Coach Zahn over there? I see our people over there. I think they let him go. I hope we exercise better judgment. We're trying to see INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the field, Tallahassee great tradition. Tonight's band is led by filmmakers Christine Mosley and Mel Hogan. The marching right to the background Tallahassee selection for 2018 Field Club, number 1. Let's hear from the marching red coats.
Vicky, you can't go that far because we're not going to be able to pick you up. And we're back. And we're 2 minutes and 21 seconds into the half, and our sideline crew, Victoria is trying to get Coach Corey Fuller. I see that Jasmine is the one talking to him. And can you get him? Okay, it's on you, Victoria. We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Coach, what is your focus for the next half?
To finish them. And fans look at the scoreboard. We got to look at improvement every quarter. I know our team, we get stronger as the game keeps going longer.
Coach, what would you say about your Holders kicker game?
My kicking game is sloppy tonight. That's why we got to score some more. That kid is the #1 leading soccer player in the country for his field goals. This is his first time playing football in his life.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you in the booth.
We got to teach her how to do interviews.
Yeah, she turned that off. I would have liked to hear what Corey was saying to her.
That is an interesting little tidbit there. Actually, the first ever football game for the kicker.
Yeah, and the problem isn't really with him. So, I mean, if he's first time in there, he needs everything to run just right for him, and it's not. You know, that part of it has not worked for him.
Looks like he's kicking warm-ups from about 50 yards out.
You noticed that before the game started.
I noticed Leon's kicker kicking 50 yards out. Now I see the first timer. That's very interesting tidbit.
Yeah, so as a first-time holder too?
Well, the holder's the receiver.
Well, that's not the question if he's the receiver. We're asking if that's the first-time holder. Because that's what the issue is being able to catch. That half of it is on the kicker, and the other half is getting the ball down. I wish I could see what Jefferson Walker was telling us here, the kicker there.
Kicker isn't blameless. He did bounce one off the upright, and I think he missed one right down here, and he missed one right in the other end zone too. So that's 3.
Well, when you're in a position, you don't know if the ball is going to be put in the right place. You haven't had enough experience to make adjustments once you started your kicking motion. For him, being his first time playing, everything has to go just right.
Yeah, they should definitely be trying to make it easier for him.
That's my point. That's my point. He's not used to handling adversity during the course of the game now.
Yeah, the rest of the team did their job for him, though. Kept it so he wouldn't have to make any big plays in his first game. 37-0 Cougars.
Well, when you look down the road in terms of what the future holds for Godby, as he said, Coach Fuller said, the fans look at the score. From the coaching viewpoint, he knows that he's going to play some more competitive games than what he's actually in right now. And to play those schools from Central Florida and particularly South Florida, you're not going to have that margin of error to be able to have your kicking game in disarray.
Exactly. I kept making a note that Leon was technically still in the game, even down 24-0 because those missed extra points. That's just 3 possessions. So if they could have mustered up some stops, maybe this thing would be looking different right now. But
you keep saying they're still in the game. Technically, you're in the game 75-0 until the game is over.
No, but I'm saying a 3-possession game is still doable. You can overcome a 3-possession lead. We saw that last week.
You can't do it when your offense is almost negative yards.
But they've moved the ball in chunks, so that's what I'm saying. Leon just hasn't been able to capitalize at the end.
Had a lot of negative plays as well.
Yeah, that's true. They've been outplayed, but I'm saying they still had a chance.
I'm going to send you over to Leon at halftime and let you give them that motivational speech. And right now, Coach has to make sure that his team is still playing, regardless of the score, that they're putting forth the effort. As a coach, you try to make sure that your players stay in the game and keep competing. But you could look at them when you have not won a game last year. You're 2-1 this year. It doesn't take much for doubts to creep in your head.
I'm sure number 12, Donovan Mobley, gave a passionate speech in the locker room about what's going on out there tonight. He's been playing his tail off. Made that great catch there on the 45. He's getting open, he's beating the coverage consistently tonight. He did have the one drop down here on fourth. Was that third or fourth down? I know he had the critical drop. But other than that, he's been beating the coverage. Just Tumaini will get him the ball. Maybe this game will be different. But as we stand, 37-0 Godby, as both teams head back out to start the second half.
INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, bringing you this game, 37-0 Godby. This was on paper a mismatch at the beginning of the season. Godby Leon did much better than they had last year, and they still have a very good future. The youth of this team notwithstanding. Godby, on the other hand, had lost so many players to attrition that had graduated and now playing on Saturdays. You would not have thought that they would send 22 young men off to college to play football and come back undefeated the next year. Yeah,
this will be a process for Leon. We keep noting that they went winless last year, so for them to already have 2 wins this year is an accomplishment. They're doing better than they did last year. Coach is going to take it one season at a time, one game at a time, I'm sure, but it just didn't go their way tonight. And bad night just got worse as kickoff goes out of bounds. Great field possession for Godby here. Think they keep Fisher in the game?
Oh, yeah, they're going to keep him in the game because there's still some things they need to work on. But you have some players on Godby's bench that are licking their chops to get an opportunity to play, and the sooner that they get a chance to compete, the better for them. They want a chance to play. So hopefully they're sitting there hoping that Godby's offense continues to go up and down the field and execute, and that they get a chance to play in front of their home fans, classmates, and parents.
Is this going to be a re-kick here?
If you're sitting on the bench at Godby, you're saying, if I don't get a chance to play and we're up 5 and 6 touchdowns, I won't never get a chance to play.
I think Godby elected to have the penalty yardage added on to the kickoff. And we're going to do a re-kick with penalty yardage added on, taking them back a little bit. This one heading toward the sideline as well.
And that's out of bounds. Coach Fuller just is there. He stands there with his hands on his hip. He makes a real singular motion. Looks like he told him to re-kick. He also knows that you get the kicking team to run these 60, 70 yards 3-4 times in a row, that weakens them and strengthens his return team.
Looks like they'll take the penalty this time and trot the offense out there. Just as you expected, Fisher's still out there.
And he would be. There's things that he needs to work on still. A lot of wind has been let out of sails in Cox Stadium now with the score being what it is. A lot of the energy gone. We've seen Leon High Band is taking their break.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Godby just pound the rock here. Oh, they come out passing. Short, quick throw.
Running all the way across the field. He's going to turn that corner.
There's number 4, Alvin Jones, the third.
And he's gone.
Hits the acceleration burst and touchdown.
I wish I had a camera to pick up the fans' reaction. We had a fan from Leon stand up right in front of us, grab his head with both hands, and just walk 10 steps right, 10 steps left.
What a play there by Jones.
Flare. He comes across the field, 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles, and then the Jets.
2 moves into the outside.
Between them. 3, 4, 5 missed tackles.
A gang of Leon players there, and he escaped them.
He just stepped through them.
Now let's see if he can get the hold right for this extra point here. After an electric play, let's see if he can pin it down for the kicker to get it through the upright here.
That was probably the worst start for the second half that Leon High could have had.
I mean, after the back-to-back penalties on the kickoff.
Gone much worse for him.
Perfect snap, perfect hold.
Looked like it.
And little to the left again.
Oh, and my overzealous co-host. Another missed field goal, and that's touchdown number 7. And 1 extra point. Corey Fuller, he's on the other 30-yard line. He never moved. That's the worst start you could have for Leon. You come out, you give up a big play, almost on a busted play, across the field.
First play.
60 yards.
I believe they literally had the worst start you could have after the kickoff penalty. That's the worst way to start a half is kicking it out of bounds. Then first play, touchdown.
Man. Not much energy on that Leon side now. Godby and Leon.
Fisher has over 350 passing yards tonight. Receivers doing a good job of running after the catch, making plays after they get the ball in their hands.
Let's see how we return this when he turns, going across the field. Has a gap this time. Has a gap, but nobody blocking. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men in front of him, 2 Godby defenders, and they tackled him. They were just running down the field like they were the police escort in the presidential conclave.
Donovan Mobley loves that left sideline on his kick returns.
He comes there, feels it at the 5, turns across the field, steps in the gap. Look at all the red shirts in front of him. They didn't block a soul.
Mobley's playing his heart out tonight. He's getting behind the coverage, hitting the correct holes. Supporting cast needs to pick it up.
Well, it's an example of you can't play for everybody, and regardless of if they do their job or not, you have to do yours. College recruiters look at the fact that when you're in a negative or adverse situation, who's going to quit and who's going to come to play. This young man's not going to quit.
Leon with the run.
Oh, tackled by his own man.
He had some daylight as well.
Tackled by his own man.
36, Parker Wilson on the carry. Tripped up after 5 yards by his own man, as my co-host said.
He said, oh, you came through? My bad.
You actually hit the hole?
Wow. Adverse situations.
Been that kind of night for Leon.
Everybody has to know their job, and not only know it, you have to do it.
Another handoff up the gut, and
Nice.
he's met in the hole.
Nice stick. Oh, they're going to probably call that on number 52 on the offensive line, who delivered a hit to Lang.
52, Lee Klein would be the penalty, and it looks like 73, Zion Dawson a little slow getting up, limping back to the huddle there. And they send in 64, Bobby Williams, to give Wilson a breather. Dawson, excuse me.
Yeah, there's probably about a 100-pound difference in the 2 linemen, one going out, one coming in. Still explosive into that hole, though.
And now Williams comes out in favor of another offensive lineman they trotted off the sideline. A lot of confusion here for Leon.
Again, this is how we started the game with Leon going in reverse. Again, self-inflicted wounds.
Really has been that kind of game for Leon from the get-go, starting with the mishap on the kickoff. Still some confusion with the huddle. They keep running players in and out. Looks like Samani has the play call now.
Down here in the bottom of the screen in the slot. Your favorite receiver. Almost screen.
They had a screen set up. 36, Parker Wilson was hit hard at the 32-yard line.
A hit that had everybody in the stands yelling.
The whole stands just let out an audible.
Number 5, Rashard Williams, 5'10" senior. He popped him. Woo-hoo.
As my old high school coach would say, he laid the wood.
And here's the instant replay on it. Steps in the gap. Here comes the hit. Right. Boom.
What a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Leon tries out the punt team.
Yeah, that was a chin strap knocker. A knock of the chin strap.
Godby's had a few big hits tonight.
They don't miss many open field tackles.
Big hits on defense, highlight plays on offense.
They hit you like the Georgia football players hit you with mean intentions.
Decent pump.
No
Filled
fair
it in a
catch.
lot of traffic and muffed. Recovered by Leon. Number 8, Joshua Seabrooks comes up with the ball.
Yeah. Flag down, didn't give him room to make the catch. Yeah, boy.
He didn't call a fair catch, which was
No,
kind
he
of
did
shocking.
not.
It was a very risky play there. Confused as to what the flag will be. There's no fair catch interference.
Chin strap knocker. Knocker the chin strap.
Definitely one of few positive plays for Leon tonight.
You have a few players on this team that are still coming to play for Coach Garrett Zahn. He's been on them. He wants them to play. Boom. Woo. Woo. I'm glad Godby was able to get up off of that one. Because he looked like not only did he hit him, he recovered the kick, the fumble. Was that number 8 who made the hit there? Here it is again.
I know number 8 recovered the fumble. It was a great hit. That might rival the hit from the previous play. Looks like number 19 on the stick, number 8 with the recovery. Wyatt Adams and Joshua Seabrooks.
Okay.
And they're actually saying there's a penalty. Looks like Godby's going to take the penalty and is going to push Leon back.
Leon's whole team is on the sideline waiting to see what's going on. Godby has 11 on the field. They're re-kicking it.
I'm interested to hear what the call would be. Didn't see the ref signal anything. They just marked the yardage off.
And they marked it, too. They marked it 15 yards.
Yeah, it looks like, yep, 15-yard penalty. That's a very confusing one to me. It won't really factor into the result of the game, but still a positive play for Leon taken away from him there by the referees. It was a clean hit.
I don't know if we've gotten a signal.
It was a clean. I wouldn't be shocked if the Leon sideline is kind of.
Garrett Zahn is on the field. He's asking for an explanation. He's trying to understand what the call was.
Yeah, there was no fair catch called by number 13 for Godby. He risked it all trying to make the play on the ball there instead of just letting it bounce or calling a fair catch and just catching it. And he muffed the punt. Simple as that. There's no penalty that should be assessed to Leon as long as there's not like a false start or illegal formation, I should say. So
Garrett Zahn is standing at the 23 and now have 3 of them standing there trying to explain. He's patiently listening.
Just got the explanation from the
I
ref.
don't know if he was actually satisfied with that explanation.
Yeah.
He's generally such a low-key guy that you really don't see a lot of emotion in him. And we saw that at Brooks County and Thomasville, and the coach went on the field and had a tirade, threw a fit at the refs. And his guys came back from being down and played for coach and put that thing in gear.
Oh, and they go with the fake, it looks like.
Where's he going?
He ran for a decent amount. Ran for the penalty yardage, it looked like, then punted the
ball.
ball.
Past the line of scrimmage.
And there's another flag on the play against Leon. And
yeah.
what he just did was very unique, to say the least.
I don't know. Yeah, it's unique if you run past the line of scrimmage and kick it. He ran. That's where the flag is, right there at the line, which he ran. He looked at the sticks, and then he took 2 more yards and kicked it.
43-0. Leon's just trying anything out there.
That's what the penalty is.
You know what? I feel like the refs maybe should have let that one slide. Because, I mean, I'm still confused as to what the penalty was back here.
He had to run for 23 yards to be able to get that first down. Corey's moved down this way now, and he's on the official. He's in the official's ear. He has his assistant coach with him, so that if he has to step in between Corey and the ref, he'll be able to do that. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break, and we'll come back to try to figure some of this out. INSiiGHTS would like to thank our underwriters, Crawfordville, Lindy's, WM Durham and Associates, Tallahassee Accident Rehab, Woodard Foundation of Miami, Import Authority, Data Set Ready, Cumulus Radio, Major Care Ministries, Lowry Masonry and Construction, Events by B, Studio 13, INSiiGHTS.com, J Quad Media. And this is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, and we're back, and we have not cleared up 1 degree of the confusion during that timeout. We don't know any more now than when it all started. Still working on that passing game.
See, that's why I keep questioning why would they keep Fisher in the game. That was a nasty hit he just took there. Would hate to see just anything happen to him.
Well, as you go along, you're going to be faced with more competition. It's still halfway through this quarter. There's still things that Coach Fuller wants to work on. I doubt if he comes out and opens the 4th and final stanza, but they're still working on things.
Wonder how that Leon sideline feels about Godby still passing the ball.
There's that one-on-one move. There's that one-on-one move.
Well, Alvin Jones III has messed up in the holding game. He's definitely made up for it with his receiving yardage tonight.
And he's down. Was that a late hit?
I don't think so. I think the turf monster got him.
Fell on the ball, okay.
Wind knocked out of him.
$43-0.
First cramp of the night, it looks like. Working on his legs. It's a shocker. It was a hot one. I'm shocked that he's the first one to go down because of cramps. Just shows the player's been staying hydrated all day in preparation for this game here tonight.
Good point.
Another quick pass complete for Fisher. Pick up the first down. He's been real good at getting that ball out quick.
As Jeff Walker said during halftime, he had made the comment that Coach Fuller doesn't often have a quarterback that can do what Trey Fisher does and has allowed him to open up his offense in ways that we haven't always seen him utilize. He adjusts what he has based on the talent that he has on the team at that particular time.
Telltale sign of a good coach. Bubble screen here to the former quarterback, 14, Jaheim Knight.
And he carried him for 8 yards.
Godby just has explosive players all over the field. We've seen Knight's explosiveness on that 4th down run earlier and also on a punt return. And, of course, you have Alvin Jones, who's been out there killing it.
Godby lines him up.
Fisher the younger definitely doesn't have a shortage of talent to spread the ball around too.
Might have made a good decision to be here at Godby. They're
another bubble
again.
screen to Hines.
They're just throwing underneath the coverage and letting them run.
Another 15-yard gain, looks like.
Yak boys at Florida A&M. There it is. It's nobody within 10 yards of him. You can't let him get that head full of steam.
Yards after catch have killed Leon all night.
Florida A&M had a crew called the Yak boys one time, yards after catch.
Sure, Godby's been very reminiscent of them tonight.
Yeah, man. We got 5 yards up the middle there, it looks like. Godby knocking on the proverbial door. Are we headed towards running time at the end of this quarter, Mr. Walker?
It'll be interesting to see if Godby scores here, if they hit the extra point to make it an even 50. And there's the touch. No.
No, that's the 5-yard line there. Yeah, they're running this play, and they are exerting their will. He's not getting touched on the draw play for 5 yards. Chris, I think you're good for at least 4.
Wouldn't be shocked. Running lanes have been open all day. Godby established their dominance at the line of scrimmage very early tonight. Another handoff, and there's
Wow.
the touchdown.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over. The fat lady has been singing. She's been humming for a while, but we got a touchdown now. That draw off tackle there. They're running behind him, and he's not touched.
8th touchdown of the night. Godby's missed a touchdown worth of extra points.
Exactly. Wow, thanks for that instant replay there, Mr. Jeff Walker, J-Quap Media Productions.
They're trotting out a different holder to ensure this one gets to 50. 14, Jaheim Knight, the backup quarterback's out there instead of 4, Alvin Jones III.
Isn't that a different kicker as well? That's number 82. Oh, same kicker.
Let's see if they can do it. Snap holds good. And it just crosses the upright for
that's good. And they're
50
celebrating.
points.
Oh, yeah, they're celebrating that.
Might be a new holder in town for Godby.
Yeah, well, whoever the holder is now, they're getting a lot of practice today. It's 50-0, and we have the clock running. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back.
You gotta get his timing down.
Oh, yeah.
Timing. We got his timing down.
Look like he doesn't take enough steps either.
Follow our games on WCTV2 for INSiiGHTS Instant Replay Saturday, 4:30 to 7. Right here, FAMU 20, our live broadcast. Thanks to the School of Journalism, Dr. Ziegler, Ernest Jones. We're here with some of the School of J students here, trying to give them that experience. Go to INSiiGHTS.com for more information, stories, and pictures. Studio 13, when you need a place to be your place. Studio 13.solutions. Events by B for assistance. Events by B, BEEE.com. Special shout out to the INSiiGHTS crew, Jeff Walker, J-Quad Productions, Chairman B of Events by B, and the kickoff there at the 10.
Mobley returning the kick again, and he takes a big hit over on the Leon sideline. Looks like Leon has a player down on the field.
Yeah, we're on running clock now, Mr. Walker.
Number 7, Abdul Muhammad, a little slow getting up. He's making his way to the sideline.
50-0. It's going to be a quick fourth quarter, that's for sure.
Well, Mick, how does Leon respond next week after a game like this?
They'll go back to the drawing board. It's one or two tactics. There are coaches who completely throw the game tape out and act as if it never happened. And there's others that use it as teaching tools depending on how well your team has been responding to you.
Well, what would you say yourself that you've seen some positive from Leon tonight? What were some positives they've done?
Well, they have a handful of players that have not quit. It's all part of the learning process. There needs to be some individual counseling done with some of the leaders of the team to make sure that they stay together as a team regardless of the adverse situations that they're in. You can find those players who stop giving the effort that you wanted and talk to them about how they deal with things in life that aren't always as you would want them to be, that you have to hang in there and fight regardless of those situations. They have a new quarterback in, Jordan Elliott. And they almost snapped that over his head. It's INSiiGHTS Game of the Weekend. We'll take a break. This clock is moving. And we're back. We have a third down situation. I can pretty much guarantee you that your concern will be alleviated in the fourth quarter. I expect Godby to make a quarterback change as well.
I'm impartial here. I don't have concerns. It's just
What did you say? I'm not impartial.
I'm impartial.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't necessarily a concern. It's just a little wondering how long you're going to leave your star quarterback in a game of a blowout.
Left-handed.
Definitely need him
Nice
later
throw.
in the year.
Nice throw.
Nice snag, too, there by Samaj James.
Jordan Elliott Jr. He also had a little bit more time to make that pass than what Paxton had when he was back there. They moved the chains. Time is clicking, 9:07, 9:06. Step through that gap. It's that one-on-one tackle. They never get a head full of steam. And a flag is down.
Looks like Godby spoiled all their starters out the game.
As I said earlier, you're up 50-0. You don't get a chance to play. You're not going to play this season.
A lot of truth behind that statement there. Pretty sure there's some young guys out there excited to get a chance.
And some parents who waited for this moment to see their son play.
Definitely wouldn't doubt that. Godby stands are still full.
They're not going anywhere when you're winning. Corey's engaged in a conversation here on the sideline.
Confusion again amongst the refs and the sticks. Looks like they're moving Leon back. Telling you, the refs have been doing, I'm not sure they've been doing such a great job here in this second half.
Okay, Mr. Impartial.
Just call it like I see it.
Yeah, you were begging for Leon. They hanging in there. They only got 4 touchdowns. They still in the game. Yeah.
3 possessions is doable, no matter who you are, no matter the team.
Okay.
It comes down to execution. As we've seen all night, Leon hasn't been able to execute at moments when they need to execute.
Boy, he gonna ride that stick until all the ice cream off of it.
I mean, we knew coming in Leon was overmatched.
Oh, did we? Mr. Impartial.
They definitely didn't start as great as you would want to against a team as good as Godby. Look discombobulated from literally the opening kick. $50-0 running clock. Leon still passing.
He got him.
He got a man deep and right through his hands. Maybe the lights got in his eyes there.
Wrong receiver to hit. Wrong receiver to hit. Number 17. That one went right through his hands.
Jonathan Lowry's on the depth chart as a quarterback.
As a quarterback. That'd have been Donovan Mobley. That'd have been 6.
Well, Mobley's had that opportunity multiple times this game.
He's actually delivered that ball well. Jordan did a good job on that one.
If I'm Jordan Elliott, I'm going to coach and saying, I'm hitting Mobley on those passes that Tomani underthrew earlier in the game.
He's playing now to prove a point. When you get in a situation like this, you have to deliver. Godby going to operate from a short field again. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Taking a break. We'll be back. I see you, cameraman. And that's what makes high school football what it is. Even in the stands, they're jamming, they're dancing. You got the cheerleaders, you got the dancers, you got 2-3 different dance groups. They're even in the stands looking like the alumni dancers up here. Hit Jeff. You almost got the alumni dancers. Hey, 50-0. Everybody on Godby's side is supposed to party.
Celebration started a long time ago here on Godby's side. Man's been playing them to victory.
And we had a game like this last year with McCullough, and the football team took the pom-poms from the cheerleaders and were down here on the bench. Ricketts was running for a touchdown. They were cheering with the pom-pom with the cheerleaders. The McCullough coaching staff wasn't too pleased when they saw the game replayed.
I'm sure Coach Fuller would never let that happen, huh?
And if he knew it, I can guarantee you it would be ugly. We had the Godby players over here at the 45 dancing in a circle.
Fisher officially out at quarterback. Hines on the keep, and he gets tripped up in the backfield. He had a lot of space there. The same play they ran on that 4th down earlier from about the same spot on the field. Had space, just got tripped up by his own lineman.
5 minutes and 24 seconds left.
Little under 5 minutes left here. Godby facing about a 3rd and 20. Jaheim Knight drops back the pass. He's looking for an opening. He has an opening scrambling. One man to beat, makes a move.
Oh!
And Knight will scamper for the touchdown. That kind of explosive out of your backup quarterback is uncanny. Did you see the move he threw at about the 15-yard line?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There we go with the
play. Essentially worked as a quarterback draw. He let the rush get upfield, stepped up in the pocket.
Nobody there.
Nothing but green grass. 73 with the pancake on his man. And this move right here, boop, split the defenders and right. Nothing but pay dirt.
Wow, they go to 56-0. 3:35 left.
Knight stays in to be the new holder. Always entertaining extra points with Godby. Let's see how they do here. High snap.
Man, he did a good job of catching, placing that
right
ball.
down the middle.
Oh, my goodness. A bad snap that was headed to go over his shoulder. He caught it going over his shoulder and put it down in time to get that first-time football player, soccer player up. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Wow, that may have been one of the better plays of the game, just catching the ball and put it down, but we're at the 45. He drops back, and we're going to let the camera just show you what he did. Whoop!
Yeah, it's definitely between Knight and Jones for who had a move of the night. They both had some sick juke moves here tonight.
He made a move and stepped between two people.
Split the difference.
Woo! Godby. Boy, we got Godby and Lincoln coming up later in the year.
Can't wait for that one.
If you're listening in the sound of my voice, you need to mark, wow, pancake block. You need to mark that down because that's going to be a game you want to see. Ever since Corey Fuller has been at Godby, he's reestablished a tradition over there that goes back to Coach Gerald Colbert. Godby has had the talent for years, but not the coaching. They put them both together now. That ball is bouncing. Donovan's at the 2. It's not much room there.
You got to have respect for Donovan Mobley here tonight. His effort has been
outstanding. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Boy, he's played his heart out. He'll be playing somewhere on Saturdays, no doubt about it. Continually say that collegiate coaches look for players in high school that when they're faced with adversity, that they don't quit. Those same situations are going to exist in college. You want to align your roster with young men and young women that do not quit and come to play regardless. He's a young man that's going to be highly recruited, as we've met some recruiters in the stands here to see some of the talent that's here. We want you to be able to see some of the talent that exists here in Tallahassee, Florida.
Mobley's definitely a very talented player.
Boom! Nice pass.
I still stand by the statement that every time I've seen him targeted tonight, he's been open. He's beaten the coverage literally every time.
Man, isn't that at the 40-yard line, isn't that Coach Garrett standing by himself? At the 40-yard line of Leon, hands on hips. Nobody wants to get too close to Coach right now.
Running clock here. It's probably be the last play of the game. Hand off to the outside. Stop for a gain of nothing.
For a gain of nothing. And that's 10 seconds left in a 57-0 blowout between Godby and Leon. All right, standing there at the 40. Coach Garrett walking with his head down. You know, in a game like this, the one thing I learned is regardless of what the score is, as the head coach, you always have to keep your head up, which he is now, and be able to talk to your players. Your players watch you and feed off you. When they think you've given up, they give up. Man, and that wasn't Coach Zahn. Coach Zahn that was not him who we identified. Coach Zahn is the first one on the field. We incorrectly identified him. He's in the black shirt, not in the white. He's congratulating each one of the players from Godby, and he led his team. He leads them in victory and in defeat.
Look who's right behind him, too. Number 12, Donovan Mobley.
Donovan Mobley has nothing to hang his head about.
I'm sure Coach giving him some words of encouragement.
And they're going over there to the wrong coach. And we have our sideline. Our INSiiGHTS High School game of the week. We'll take a break. INSiiGHTS High School game of the week. We're still working with our crew, and we're sitting here now trying to get the Coach Fuller to interview him at the end of the game. One of the things that we traditionally try to do is we never try to embarrass anybody. It's difficult on a game when you lose a lot like that to be able to even to do an interview and to be able to move forward from that. It's hard to be able to pick it up, especially in high school, and you have to maintain a positive image, and one thing we want to do is accentuate the positive, not the negative. Godby lining up under their basket. Some of the coaches are getting together to say something, and then they will have a short celebration, and they'll be in the offices tomorrow breaking down film, getting ready for the next game.
Seeing exactly what went wrong on them extra points.
Leon High School with their school song by the band, playing their school song. The football team over there acknowledging that, standing in front of them, exhibiting the discipline instilled by Coach Zahn. Godby, we talked earlier about the fact that they have an explosive offense, and it was shown tonight. They author a lot of big plays offensively, and they're doing it with their star running back not even playing tonight. Tony Street is an explosive, big play running back. Been recruited ever since he was in 10th grade, where he was second team All-Big Bend as a sophomore. Will play somewhere on Saturdays, and they did this without him even playing. And as Coach Fuller said in the pregame interview, that he had other running backs that would step in and do the job. But his offense has actually been a big play offense. Leon was designed more to take away the deep pass of Trey Wilson that they were just throwing over the top ever since the opening exhibition game of the season, when they were throwing over the top there. They had lightning in a bottle. So they've been able to play with him being nullified, but having other players step up, and Trey Fisher being able to find and go through his reads and get to his second and third receivers, even in the face of pressure. Trey Fisher himself, a college recruit, being recruited, the son of Jimbo Fisher, sat at the knee of his dad even as a baby and an infant, diagramming plays and looking at offenses and defenses and he can get the ball to him. And glad that he's still in Florida, helping enhance the Tallahassee Godby football team. And those of you who are listening and watching from around the country, stay tuned to INSiiGHTS.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. If you can't get in front of FAMU 20 to watch us, WCTV 2 to watch us, be a fan of Florida football. It rivals the football that you see in Texas.
That's right, Mick. Like you said, Godby had tons of explosive plays tonight, over 6 plays, more than 40 yards tonight. Like you said, Fisher did a great job spreading the ball around. We talked to Coach Fuller before the game, and he told us he was going to do it by a stable of running backs. We've seen them establish the run, and we've seen the O-line dominate that line of scrimmage tonight. They were getting whatever they wanted on offense whenever they wanted to do it. Their speed was just uncanny. We've seen a run after catch by the receivers. Alvin Jones made at least 3-4 big plays tonight. Their defense was stifling, of course, holding Leon to 0 points, upholding the shutout. And Leon actually moved the ball a couple times, and Godby's defense had to tighten up and make sure they kept him out the end zone. Just a great overall game tonight from Godby, besides the extra point woes, which I'm sure will be addressed this week in practice. Maybe a new holder there as Alvin Jones, despite all his heroics at receiver tonight, had a little trouble with the snaps on the extra points. And we've seen Jaheim Knight, the backup quarterback, come in and handle that for the last couple touchdowns. So that'll be interesting going forward for Godby. That may be one of their weak points this year.
Well, one of the things that we noticed from this game and the last time we were here, they not opened the gate that you were aware of, that they secured the field. And they've now opened it. And last time we were here, there was nobody on the field after the game. But right here in front of the Godby side, they've opened this gate, and they have a lot of the students and family members on the field. They did a real good job earlier as the season opened to limit access to the new field that they put on. So the number of people walking around and existing here on the field were at a limited number. There's Joshua Lauder, a graduate from the School of Journalism. We're glad to see him. We're back in the city. I need to get him with a headset. Can I get Josh with a headset there? Yeah. Welcome, Josh. Welcome, Josh. He was one of our student interns last year. He's now a college graduate.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Josh.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What are you doing with yourself now?
Right now, I'm just working on my brand, putting together the JL television network, and just staying active and working with my podcast and trying to encourage people, and just applying for different jobs and getting a little work here and there as an investigative reporter.
Well, you need to. You should have let me know you were in town. We could use you.
Yes, sir.
You know, whenever you want to come back home, you always welcome here. Josh did a good job. We're real proud of him with his college degree from the School of Journalism, J School.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes, sir.
We look to see you.
Yes,
okay.
sir. Thank you.
That was Joshua Lauder, one of our School of Journalism students, J School. Now he's a graduate and alumni. Joshua Lauder. We're proud of these young men and young women who've been with us as we go through the experience that we have here on INSiiGHTS.com. Vicky, are you ready for the interview there? Go.
The game tonight?
We made a lot of mistakes, to be honest. We got to go look at the film and clean it up, especially on those field goals and extra points. But at the end of the day, our kids, we wanted 50 points and we wanted a shutout. We got what we were looking for. We wanted a team victory, and I think we finally played a team game tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you in the booth.
Thank you.
Well, we are here. Now, we're appreciative of being able to get that one question in. Coach Fuller, always a young man who's willing to be interviewed, to talk about the kids in the area, not only on his team, but throughout the area. Coach Fuller knows everybody, highly respected coach, both collegiately and high school. He may not even be at Godby too long. We know we have heard the whispers and some of the college positions that are open, people having an interest in him and his ability to communicate and talk to sell his program and the kids who play so hard for him.
Sent 22 players to college last year. That cannot be understated.
No. Any other time I need you to talk, I can't get you to stop. Now I need you to talk and you can't say nothing. We're preparing for the next game that we have up, and Jeff Walker wants us to talk about it, but we didn't have it pulled up to talk about it, else I'd have talked about it.
Well, Godby are now 3-0. Moving on next week.
They're 3-0. They're 3-0. We have a exciting time here in Tallahassee with some of the teams that we have that have been and are ranked, including the Madison County team that's ranked number 1 in 1A. North Florida Christian is ranked 7th. Lincoln is ranked. Godby is ranked. Ricketts won their first game last week. So it's beginning to turn around. Ricketts missing quarterback play, which has been a factor for them. Traditionally, the South Side battle between Ricketts and Godby is a game, but that that Godby High School and Lincoln game is coming up. It's going to be something. We also have one that's coming with Brooks County and Thomasville. We have that game coming as well. So again, we really feel fortunate that we've been able to bring you an opportunity to look inside at some of the high school football teams and how they're doing. And we are especially proud of the continued and growing relationship that we have with WCTV, with WCTV2 and FAMU 20. FAMU 20, we've been with them 2 years now, and we actually used our replay broadcast that we showed during the year. And now to be able to bring it to you live, we really feel honored to be able to do that so that you can witness these games as they're played and get a complete feel of the talent in your area and to show this talent to people out of the area, and in some cases we have noticed outside the state of Florida. So for those of you who don't know about the talent in the state of Florida, particularly in our part of the state and in South Georgia, you could stay on with us. Chris, anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, just for anyone that tuned in for the Leon Lions tonight, just trust the process. Remember, they were winless last year. No, it was ugly tonight, but it will get better in the future.
And this is the INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We thank you for being with us, and we look forward to you tuning in next week. INSiiGHTS.com.